What if I told you that one comedian used his personal brand to not only dominate the entire entertainment industry, but to dismantle it from the inside out?
As one of the main opponents of the Illuminati, I always wanted to know what information they had that we didn't.
You see, Katt Williams didn't just play the game, he is rewriting the rules and using the power of business, purpose, and spirituality to carve out a legacy that the industry cannot ignore any longer or control, while using his personal brand as an actual weapon.
All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is, TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all.
I'm Joe Stone, and in this video, we're gonna be uncovering the secrets behind Katt Williams' genius and how he built a brand so clear, so consistent, and so polarizing that it became his ultimate weapon, and how he then leveraged that to make one of the biggest moments in entertainment history while basically predicting the future at the exact same time. You see, if you are into that, I am Joe Stone. I'm a successful creator with 1.7 million followers the last time I checked, in a show on Snapchat that is also very successful, and I now spend my time looking into business, spirituality, and purpose, and digging into the secrets of those topics wherever I may find them in order to help you and myself grow. If you like that, hit the subscribe button. But right now, we're gonna break into the powerful lessons that you can use to build your own unstoppable creator brand that we're gonna learn from one of the greatest to ever do it, Katt Williams. Because we're not just talking about jokes and interviews, we're diving into the deeper layers, how Katt's purpose, his understanding of business, and how his spiritual approach gave him the tools to succeed where so many others failed. All right, so let's get to the real shit, the brand. You see, every brand has a core identity. Apple was innovation, it appeals to the highest level creators. Nike has empowerment, it appeals to athletes and those who aspire to achieve what athletes have aspired. And then you have Katt Williams. Well, he's branded himself pretty consistently as the truth teller or a truth teller. Since day one, Katt has used his platform to report others are too afraid to say, starting back from Pimp Chronicles.
They be having these big ass mansion parties, and the mansion party, the whole mansion is a party, and then it's a separate party in the little rooms. I ain't been famous that goddamn long. I'm excited in a motherfucker to be at the mansion party. You be looking in all the goddamn rooms, and you fuck around and look in the wrong room and shit.
You see, Katt Williams has always been a reporter with punchlines, a comedian who's as much a prophet as he is an entertainer, as much a journalist as he is a jokester, and most importantly, he was able to build this brand by being consistent in who he is his entire career. You may have seen him repackage himself, you may have seen him in new clothes, with new jokes and new movies, and you may have seen him get locked up. You've heard of him accused of losing his mind and even doing hard drugs. But he's managed to stay loved this entire time because Katt Williams has always been consistently, and no matter if you liked him or not, he's never changed who he was. Even if he was taking shots at people like Weinstein or even Diddy, he took it upon himself not only to entertain, but to try to warn and be a guiding rod for our culture, a voice that people can rely on to tell them the truth, whether we like it or not.
And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. That's why I can say them so freely.
Kat, I need another one. You here, get your number.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Come on.
Because early on you was accusing me of being...
Kat, man. Kat.
Yeah, it's crazy. Because I'm favored by God. Like, when I see people's wives and stuff, I don't even look at them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to look at nothing I don't want to have. Because I know how blessed I am. If I look at it, I got it.
Yeah.
That's how Diddy be feeling.
Now, come on, man. Come on. So, you're not supposed to look at anything that you don't want?
Not me personally, just because God has given me literally everything I ever even pump faked like I want. And that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing is I don't have a type of woman. Every woman that I ever had as a type, I ended up getting her. Now she's not the type anymore. Now I understand that every woman is a one of one. Like, you can't really have types. Mm-hmm.
See, and it's easy to get lost in all of the antics and not see the brilliance in just simply showing up the exact same way all the time. And the thing is, a long career, that's harder to do. But now having that type of brand is more valuable than ever while everything is so commercialized and fake. Katt Williams' brand is not declining while most of his peers is. It's increasing in popularity because he was on the tell the truth about who I am bandwagon before a lot of the people that we see today who are traditional stars that you have trouble connecting to. You see, by being consistent, he created clarity. And that clarity is now his currency. He never watered himself down to fit in, and that's earned him loyalty from his audience and respect, even from the people that critique him. So what do we learn, kids? Be clear, be consistent, be unapologetic. Now, besides being consistent and having a brand that people recognize, understand, and relate to, and have consistently interacted with in the same way over a long period of time, beyond all that, Katt Williams has always been polarizing. That in itself garners a lot of attention, and it doesn't really matter what format it's in. Polarization, picking a side, standing on it, is where Katt thrives and how he galvanizes his audience. You see, Katt has mastered the art of saying what others won't, making him impossible to ignore. You see, when you are on everyone's side, no one likes you. Think about Donald Trump. Donald Trump has always been Donald Trump. He only panders to the people who support him. He says what he likes, he says what he wants, and does not care about who he offends. And while that pisses a lot of people off, the people that love Trump love him to their core. Instead of like Kamala Harris, who people were more or less indifferent in and was not able to generate the same level of interest in her campaign as Trump, hence why she lost. You see, polarization breeds diehard fans. You would much rather be hated for who you are than loved for who you are not, because you cannot sell who you are not in 2025 and 2024 for very long. People are on game, and eventually you will be exposed or expose yourself. The consumer is a lot smarter now, and Katt Williams' consistency in being polarizing means that he can get away with a lot more than other people who have not set the precedent of them being this type of individual. What do I mean? Katt Williams saying what he said on the Shannon Sharpe show about Diddy was shocking, but it wasn't surprising. He said a lot of wild things his entire career. Now spin that around, and maybe if you have someone like Kevin Hart, who is considered more of an industry baby, and that would be shocking and surprising, because that is not the guy that you expect to tell you about the Illuminati cooking up in the back room. According to Katt Williams, that's the guy signing his name in blood on that paperwork. And I love Kev, that's not a shot. The bottom line is, if you're for everyone, then you're for no one. Now, how did Katt Williams use all of these things and bring them together in order to leverage one of the most impactful viral moments probably of ever? You see, Katt Williams' historic and viral Club Shay Shay interview has garnered tens of millions of views and has quickly become one of the most watched interviews of all time on the platform, YouTube, meaning it is one of the most watched interviews of all time, period. And if you watch that interview, you would think that you're watching a high-level interviewer interview an interviewee who is just being open and honest and is an amazing storyteller. Little did you know what you're watching is a production. Katt Williams didn't go in there and freestyle. And to be honest with you, I love Shannon Sharpe, but he's not that goddamn good to have coaxed that type of performance out of Katt. What you saw is Katt Williams purposely structure his work as one of the greatest comedy writers of all time in order to go viral, and he did it on purpose. And this has a hell of a lot of ramifications, but if you don't believe me, this is him saying it to Vogue recently as he was speaking about that viral Shannon Sharpe interview.
I thought that I had figured out the algorithm mathematically, and I thought that I could show that. And when I wrote it out to kill the careers of the people I was talking about, right?
I just need you to think about this. Katt Williams didn't stumble into virality. He studied the game, understood the algorithm, and then wrote his material with intention. That's brand and business mastery. But can we also give Katt Williams a shot for being a 53-year-old master internet tactician of the highest degree, apparently. You see, he used his personal brand and years of being a truth teller to leverage something that a lot of people could not do. Brand equity, meaning that it's not just that someone said that on a major platform. If you go look on the internet, there have been bodyguards and interviewees from TD Jakes to Diddy to Epstein. All of these people who have been around these individuals have come forth and did multiple interviews on this. There was nothing really that Katt Williams said that was groundbreaking to the internet as far as having ever been said before. What was groundbreaking was having someone of his stature, with his level of credibility, with his level of brand equity, saying the things that he was saying that seemingly looked look like a man was doing something dangerous because of how powerful he is, how big he is, and who he's talking about, and the fact that he's painting a target on his back and saying it so freely to the point where he has to be telling the truth, because if not, where are the lawsuits? And also, why hasn't he been sued? Shout out to that. But you have to understand, Katt Williams and Shannon Sharpe were not doing an interview. Katt Williams was conducting a strategic marketing plan. He used his voice to shift the narrative and call out the entertainment industry itself and all of the players he felt had wronged him. And it's that mark of the creator who understands their power that makes Katt Williams dangerous. And that's how you're gonna be dangerous, because strategy beats talent every time. And the reason why this is important is because I need you to understand that these types of things are not entertainment magic. They don't happen by accident. What you're watching is highly orchestrated events play out. And if you understand the strategies used, then you can implement them in your business and in your content as a creator. But I'm not just gonna stop there. Let's go a little deeper, because we're all about value here, and let's go into how he did this. Well, again, positioning. Katt Williams positioned himself as an outsider, someone who reports on the system and not someone controlled by it. 2, polarization. Stay true to his beliefs, knowing that standing out is better than fitting in. 3, consistency. Every special, every interview, every stage moment reinforced the same message: true comedy, and calling it like it is in spite of what that may mean for him. It is important that people see him as a rebel standing against the machine, because you're also more likely to what? Back the underdog. And lastly, I don't want us to miss the fact that Katt Williams adapted. We have a 53-year-old comedian who used the internet to create the biggest viral moment of probably like one of the biggest viral moments in internet history. That says a lot when you have kids who were literally born with an iPhone in their hand, making TikToks all day, not having a smidgen of the impact. He could easily be one of those creators or comedians or actors or entertainers or whatever you want to call them that fades into irrelevance because they didn't understand how to adapt and take what they do to another level and package it in a way that resonates, but not just their fans, but people who are soon to be fans. That is the beautiful part of what we're talking about here, is that Katt Williams took his comedy, his storytelling, his ability to be polarizing, and his brand equity, took it to his show and leveraged it in a podcast format to create something that paid dividends across every goddamn platform. Not only did it create $10 million in revenue for Shannon Sharpe himself, but I'm sure it did the exact same for Katt Williams, with multiple specials being shot after that, where I'm sure Netflix had to cough up a hell of a goddamn check. Now, that's what we learned. What can you take away from this and instantly apply? Well, first, I need you to know your brand. What do you stand for? What's one thing your audience can count always on you for? Second, don't be afraid to be polarizing. People respect conviction more than neutrality. And also, play the long game. Katt didn't become an icon overnight. He built trust, consistency, and credibility over years. That viral moment was so impactful, and it's not because he just went up there and said a bunch of shit. It's because that moment was literally decades in the making. It was the culmination of him aligning his brand, his knowledge, his abilities, his skill set, and the perfect platform, and even the perfect dance partner, and aligning those things and executing at a high level that allowed him to have the success in that moment that he had. And then also just over his entire career. Katt Williams didn't entertain us. He showed us how a personal brand can become a weapon for change. He used his purpose, strategy, and a deep understanding of his audience to rewrite the rules. If you found any value in this, hit that subscribe button. And also, we have a free newsletter where we take these tips and ideas and thoughts and about business, purpose, and spirituality and send it to you on a weekish basis, as well as my free book, Viral Creator Secrets, that'll teach you the secrets that the biggest creators in the world use to go viral consistently and build their brands. If you want that, the link is down below, or go to thejoestone.com and subscribe to get all of that completely for free, my gift to you. And if you like that video, watch this one.